Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to A Golden Wake. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the series. It's very interesting to play a point-and-click adventure that has no science fiction or fantasy element to it. It's just kind of a slice of 1920s life. Really interesting. But in the first episode, we saw our hero, Alfie Banks, as he was basically unjustifiably fired from his job. There was a conspiracy going on with two employees. And he didn't let that get him down. He went right for the opportunity and traveled from the cold of New York to the warmth of Miami, trying to strike it rich in the real estate market. So we know this guy named Merrick is basically our foot in the door, but we need to get our foot in the door. So let's see what exactly we need to do to prove ourselves. Actually, I did not go talk to these two guys. Maybe they can give us a clue. You'd rather not speak to them. They're currently the competition, after all. Oh, that's fair. Sales. Okay, sales office we went to. Still don't need any stocks or bonds. We'll head back down the street. Any records to request now?
Excuse me.
What can I do for you?
Could I look something up?
Of course. What do you need?
On second thought, nothing right now.
All right.
Thank you for your help.
Anytime.
Worth a shot. Exit to the map, I guess? If not, that doesn't work. We'll head back to the hotel. Oop. Okay, here's the land auction.
Any bids for 200? 200.
Oh, there's Doc. Okay, cool. Indecisive
100.
man.
Do I hear 100?
To your surprise, it seems that the auctioneer is none other than Doc Dammers. You wonder how he managed to achieve this position. This man stands apart from the crowd and looks somewhat indecisive. There seems to be a smaller crowd of people separate from the main group. They look particularly undecided. You scan the faces of the crowd and see a mixture of excitement and indecisiveness. Let's talk to Doc here real quick.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
Thanks. What brings you to my humble little land auction?
I'm trying to see Mr. Merrick, but it's proving a bit more difficult than I'd anticipated.
Don't say old Doc didn't warn you, son. Anyway, I'd love to chat, but I'm a bit tied up at the moment.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, there is. See those two sets of stragglers over there, separate from the crowd? They're all about a hair's breadth away from buying, but I just can't get them to budge. Take your pick. If you can convince either set to buy some houses, I just might put in a good word for you back at the sales office. The fella by himself there seems like he won't take too much effort to convince. If you want a real challenge, you might try the crowd of 5 there.
I'll see what I can do.
Attaboy. Oh, one more thing before you get started. I know you've got experience in this business, but I want to talk to you about seller intuition. From time to time, you might find yourself needing to persuade someone. You know as well as I do that that's all about finding a person's weakness and bending it to your whim. When you're talking to them, you can use seller intuition to your advantage. It'll give you a clearer read on people and let you figure out what you should play to in order to get them to see things your way. But enough yammering from me. Go and do what you have to do.
Interesting. The horse-drawn wagon, minus the horse, is currently serving as the main stage for Doc Dammers' land auction.
100. Do I hear 100?
Well, let's talk to the crowd. Note, photograph. Oh, we actually have some money. You decided it would be a good idea to carry around a few bills. Money is always needed at the most unexpected times, after all. Well, let's go for the challenge. Taking a deep breath, you face the small crowd and prepare to deliver your best sales pitch. This is the moment you've been waiting for. So what you need to do, we need to follow bits, right? Break the ice.
How about this heat? I've never experienced anything like it.
The crowd seems to respond positively to you. Introduce yourself.
By the way, my name is Alfred Banks. You can call me Alfie if you like.
Crowd's interest seems to be growing. Nice job so far. This is how you read everything. Tell a story.
You'll never believe this, but once I sold an apartment to Lois Wilson.
You regale the crowd with your story. And then go in for the kill.
Right then, folks. How about we make some sales?
The crowd seems ready to hear your pitch. Now's your chance. Oh God. Instructions. Your goal is to sell each prospective buyer a house. Clicking on each house will provide a description of its features. Clicking on each buyer's portrait will give a description of them or what they're looking for. You must determine which house is the best match for each buyer. Select the plaque with their name on it and place it in the space beneath each house. Right-click to deselect a plaque when it's selected. Click Done when you've solved the puzzle. Mr. Teal is a portly gentleman who is having a hard time dealing with the heat of the day. My wife wanted to move down here for my health, he tells you. I suppose I could do the same exercise, or do with some exercise, but this sun is brutal. I can't stay out of it too long. Someplace where I can get fit indoors would be ideal, especially since I hate water. Perfect for those seeking convenience, the house at 124 Madrid Street is a small single-story home located within very close proximity to a school, a church, and shops. Bit more to spend. 707 Escobar Residence is large, spacious, single-story home in a secluded area of town. Okay, not well lit at night. Fairly busy street, little to no crime. Stretch your legs. 1510 Palmerito Street features a single-family home built on a 4-acre property, which is ripe for additional development. The house can be expanded on, or any number of large trees can be planted in the huge yard. And the home at 872 Cordova Street is a small house made from coral rock found on the property. The quarry from which the rock was extracted was cemented and converted into a swimming pool. Perfect for the aspiring Weissmullers out there. So right now I would say teal would be for that one. You strike up a conversation with Mr. Roberts and find out he hails from up north as well. I'll tell you one thing, he says. The biggest straw of moving down here is finally being able to get away from the tiny apartment I had back home. You could hear the neighbors sneezing. So, somewhere quiet, right? Particularly well lit at night. And aren't many other houses around, so we'll say Mr. Roberts likes that one. After speaking to Miss Grace for 5 minutes, you're taken aback by her generosity, despite her clearly apparent wealth. I don't care what house I end up buying, really. My main concern is being able to get involved with the community, and this development seems ready for my help. So maybe close proximity of a school, a church, and shops. Mr. Smith is a cheerful young man, but is rather shabbily dressed and seems to be covered with animal hair. Oh, there are so many options to consider, but overall I just want to find some place that suits me and my Lucy. Maybe a small... maybe the swimming pool. Mr. Jones is very jolly and seems incredibly active. I just came from a golf tournament this morning. In a few hours, I've got a tennis lesson. There's nothing I love more than being outdoors in this fantastic weather. So maybe... Wait, let's do that. Clicking on each house will provide... Yes. Select the plaque with their name. Ah, okay. So Grace wants that. This one. I assume. You want somewhere quiet. So Robert's right here. Little to no crime. I'm not sure about the animal hair. And teal. Somewhere where you can get fit indoors. Large single family home. Small single story. Okay, we're going to put Teal in the big house there. And then Bean outdoors. Okay, we'll put the animal lover here in the middle. And Jones will get his Weissmuller on. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this doesn't seem right. Maybe you should go back and try again. Pay close attention to what each person says, as well as the location and sizes of the houses. So... maybe I can switch Jones and Smith? Single store. I figured that's probably perfect for Grace. Area is... Alright, maybe we'll do this. Maybe let's have Teal in the very large indoor house. And we have Roberts, who... the 4-acre home. And we'll go ahead and keep Jones. Jones here and Smith with the pupper there. Well, let me play around. I don't want to use a hint. Let me play around with this. Alright, we're going to try this. So I've got Grace here just because it's close to everything. I've got Teal at the very large, spacious single-story home in a secluded area of town. I've got Smith and the doggo, or whoever the animal is, in 304 Avenue here. And he wants the outdoor life, so this is a huge 4-acre property. Oh, man. So I may be overcomplicating this, but maybe it would be best to have Teal in the 2-story because he wants to get exercise indoors. So instead of just a large house he could walk around, he could go up and down the stairs. So we'll have Jones here with the swimming pool, and we'll have Smith down here. Robert's isolated and Grace near everyone. Let's see if this one works. Feeling satisfied that each person has been matched up with the right house, you make the sale. Cool.
A pleasure doing business with you folks. I hope you enjoy your new homes.
Nice work. There's nothing you enjoy more than a satisfied customer, and to have 5 at once is even better.
Nice job over there, Banks. You got a real knack for this business. Now go get some rest, would you? You don't want to overwork yourself first day here, after all.
We could do more.
Sold! You've made a choice you won't regret, sir.
Alright, let's get back to the map and... maybe this will be enough. I mean, 5 real estate sales, like, right off the bat? Come on now. You've gotten all the information you care to get out of her? Alright, let's check the hotel then. Maybe we got a message for us.
Mr. Banks, I have a message for you when you get a chance.
Well, how about that?
Excuse me.
How may I help you, sir?
You said you had a message for me.
Yes, sir. From George Merrick at the Coral Gables sales office. He's asked you to stop by at your earliest convenience.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Now we'll head back. Just gotta do things in their proper order. That's the secretary's revenge for talking down to her. And honestly, good for her. Oh, the competition has left the building.
Pardon me, miss.
What may I do for you, sir?
I got a message from Mr. Merrick asking me to see him.
Ah, yes, he's expecting you, Mr. Banks. Go ahead and knock on his door there.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Thank you, sir.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Mr. Merrick. I'm Alfred Banks. You wanted to see me?
Ah, yes, of course, Mr. Banks. Please come in. Make yourself at home.
The manly handshake.
Please, have a seat.
Looking out the glass windows and door, you see a lovely little patio. Mr. Merrick is lucky to be able to have a little cozy little spot to take his mind off things. Merrick has a plain wooden hat stand in the corner. Water cooler must certainly come in handy on sunny days in an office that's got so many windows. Mr. Merrick has several items on his desk, none of which capture your interest. They appear to be several brochures and pamphlets advertising real estate around the city, pinned to the wall. They must serve some motivational purpose for Mr. Merrick.
It really is a pleasure to finally meet you, Mr. Merrick. Like I said, my name is Alfred Banks, and
I know who you are, Mr. Banks. I was well aware of your father's work up north. It seems apparent that you are eagerly following in his footsteps. You've gotten my attention. Now let's see how serious you really are. I see great potential in you, but a good sales agent needs more than just talent. He needs ability and know-how.
I've got those in spades.
You're certainly confident, I'll give you that. In any case, I have a few small setbacks which I need to deal with, and I think they would serve as an excellent proving ground for you.
Proving ground?
Think of it as an extended job interview.
I'm all ears. What do you need?
I can give you more details as you need them, but currently I'm faced with 3 concerns. The first is a man living on a prime piece of land who is refusing to sell. The second is my need for quality advertising. And the third is getting back some stolen design plans.
Whoa.
What's the story with the holdout?
There's a stretch of land which is of great interest to me in the area of Anastasia Avenue. Currently, the land is owned by an individual who has no interest in selling it. He's built himself a home there and understandably wants to keep it. Unfortunately, business is business, and I need that land to complete a very important project. I need you to convince the gentleman to sell.
Break his kneecaps.
What about your need for publicity?
Any project, no matter how good it is doomed to fail if nobody knows about it. I've managed to secure some decent advertising, but I feel we need something more. The story of Coral Gables needs to make headlines. I'd like you to head over to the Miami Herald building and see if you can befriend a reporter or two. Having a journalist in our corner would do wonders for our advertising.
What about your design plans?
I regret to say that a set of design plans was stolen from my office a few weeks ago by a man claiming to want a job interview. In reality, he was a spy sent from my competitor Orrin Riley's real estate company. Riley still has my plans, but 2 can play his game. Since you're a fresh face in town, I need you to infiltrate his company and take back the plans. I'll have my secretary set up an interview for you later today. And here, take this set of dummy plans and leave it in place of the real ones so Riley doesn't get suspicious.
Infiltrate his company? What will that entail exactly?
My guess is that Riley will have the plans stored away in his office someplace. You may need to do a bit of searching. Are you comfortable with that? I know it's asking for quite a bit.
I think so, sir. I'll do as much as I can within legal means.
Of course. I'm not asking you to commit any crimes. After all, you're just taking back something that was already stolen. Think of it as a repossession.
Wow. All right, that's one hell of a job interview.
I'll just get to it then.
I wish you the best of luck. Although, you seem the type who makes his own luck. I have a feeling I can expect great things from you.
Or else. Can I go out to the patio, please, sir? Oh, you can't see anything productive coming out of using that. It's an interesting desk setup, too, I must say. Alrighty, so, here's the fake plans. Merrick gave you these fake plans to switch out for his real ones. You can't make heads nor tails of them. Well, where should we go first? I guess we'll just go down the line. We'll see about the guy's property. Miami Herald, Riley's Real Estate. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no, this is the... Never mind, that's the other place. Here we go. Oh, what a nice villa. The front double doors of the house are made of an expensive-looking wood.
Yes? May I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Alfred Banks, and...
Whatever it is you're selling, I'm not interested.
But I'm not here to sell you anything. In fact, quite the contrary.
Oh, I see. Merrick sent you, didn't he?
Well, yes, he did.
Look, you can go back and tell him exactly what I told all the others. Nothing doing. I bought this land before he got his little vision, and I intend to keep it. I tried appeasing him by building my house to match his Mediterranean style, but apparently even that wasn't good enough. I did everything by the book and filed all the proper paperwork. You tell Merrick he'll get me off this land when I'm no longer drawing breath. Good day to you, sir.
So, kneecaps. But he did mention something about records. The house is a very nice two-story affair constructed in a Mediterranean style, which seems to be fairly consistent with the style of Coral Gables you've been able to observe so far. Well, let's do that then. Now we actually have some place to request records about.
Excuse me.
What can I do for you?
Could I look something up?
Of course. What do you need?
There's a house at 1251 Anastasia Avenue that I need some information on.
Of course. Let me go have a look.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, here we are. Belongs to one Ernest Mathers. Built it himself 6 months ago.
Might I have a copy of the document?
What's your business with it?
I'm working with Mr. George Merrick of the Coral Gables project, and it's of utmost importance to his acquisition of the land.
All right, you can take this copy.
Thank you for your help.
Anytime.
Wow, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. You take a look through the records of the 1251 Anastasia house and see that it was constructed 6 months ago by Ernest Mathers. According to this, he had a cursory inspection performed. Looking further, you see that there were no permits pulled for any of the construction work done. Mathers may have tried to appease Merrick, but it seems he did so in a very half-assed fashion. So, do we go and show this to him? Maybe.
You again? What do you want?
Mr. Mathers, I've just been to the Hall of Records downtown, and I pulled up a copy of your house record.
Yes? And?
It seems you had a property inspection done when you completed the house, but it was very basic. Furthermore, you didn't pull any construction permits.
I didn't need to. I haven't done any exterior work.
Nevertheless, I'm afraid I'll need to perform an inspection of your home just as a matter of record.
On what authority?
Look, you can either let me come in and do a brief home inspection, or I can report you to the county, and you can deal with whatever fine or punishment they see fit to dispense.
Fine. Come in. I don't know what you expect to find, though.
Oh, it's another mini-game. Wow. Search the room for the violations listed at the bottom. Click on the spot where you think you have found one. If you're correct, the area will be marked with a red circle and the item will disappear from the list. Continue until all items have been found. Water damage?
This wall shows clear signs of water damage. You probably have a cracked pipe somewhere back there.
Oh? I suppose that would explain it.
Cracked tile?
Your floor tiles are severely cracked here. Do you regularly have elephants as house guests?
No. I mean, my mother-in-law hasn't seen the new house yet.
Oh!
That was a joke.
I'm sure it was.
Uneven rafters?
Uneven rafters are quite the hazard. This whole roof could come tumbling down on you.
Haven't had any problems so far.
Mold. Oh, I guess that green might be a clue.
Quite a nasty buildup of mold you have here.
My wife told me she'd clean it up.
With what? Old baseboard.
These baseboards look like they were installed during the Roosevelt administration.
No, they're supposed to look like that. It's the style, makes them seem classic.
An illegal gazebo.
Nice gazebo. I hope you know you need to have a permit to have one of those.
It was a wedding gift from my sister. How was I meant to know?
Ignorance of rules is no excuse, Mr. Mathers.
And then water leak.
What a mess. You clearly have a problem with a water leak.
And I've called the plumber, but he's yet to get back to me.
And then loose tile at the fireplace.
Your fireplace seems to be letting go of some of its tiles.
Oh, yes, I've been meaning to fix those.
You seem to have several problems in this home. Are you sure you performed a thorough inspection?
Well, yes. Yeah, I'm sure I did.
I see. And who was it that performed this inspection exactly?
Why, it was a man. Yes, a man from the city.
And did you happen to get this man's name?
Well, no, I wasn't aware of...
You didn't really have an inspection performed, did you?
No. I paid someone to say they had done one on the public record. You won't tell anyone, will you?
You're in quite a state here, Mr. Mathers. Not only did you build this house without the proper permits, but you also put fraudulent information on your report. This doesn't look good any way you cut it.
Please, I have money. How much to get you to look the other way?
I'm afraid my silence can't be bought, Mr. Mathers. However, you might be able to get yourself out of this jam if you sell your house and land to Mr. Merrick.
So this is what it's come to. I see how it is. You come in here playing the white knight, but you're no better than any of the rest of them. I did what I had to do to keep my land, but I suppose that was all for naught. Fine. I'll call up Mr. Merrick and tell him he's won. I hope you can live with yourself, you snake.
I'm sure I'll manage. Have a nice afternoon, sir.
Honestly, that could have gone over a lot worse. Especially when it comes to like real estate deals and holdouts. Alright, we got that one done. Now let's visit the Herald.
Quite an operation they've got going on in here.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, sir. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
There's a framed newspaper on the wall. It seems to be about the day the Great War ended. The bulletin board contains several memos and notes for all the Herald employees. The reporter is typing up a story. You wonder what it might be about. A Herald employee seems to be going over some layouts at the table in the back of the room. There's a lot of work that goes into making a newspaper. I used to work for one, so seeing the back of house is actually crazy. The lady reporter looks to be in her early 30s. She carries herself with an air of dignity and grace. The glass pane on the door indicates that it leads into the office of the editor-in-chief. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, guys. I think this might be a good place to go ahead and call it an episode. We already got one hoop jumped, and that was getting that land secured for Merrick. So we'll see about getting some advertising and then some corporate espionage afterward. And yeah, just go from here. We're already making some gains here. But if you guys like the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.